What is going on YouTube? Today what we're doing is we're actually switching gears. I tried to record for some Dragon Ball Legends content yesterday, but end of the season seems to be drawing all the hackers, the cheaters, the disconnectors. Most of it was bots, to be honest. So what we're going to do today is continue what we started off with Dokkan in the last video we did, and I'm going to head into the hidden potential system and explain how to kind of progress through the game here. Stay tuned, let's get into the video. Alright guys, so as usual you have the giveaway details on your screen. Make sure that you're liking the video and that you're subscribed. You must be a subscriber to enter the giveaway. Make sure that you're listening for the 2 questions I'll be asking you throughout the video and dropping that down in the comments below. And of course go back throughout the dates that are on your screen and get your comments in for as many chances to win as possible. That being said, let's get into the video. So today what we're doing is we're going to look at how a unit kind of progresses from the start of the game all the way to the point where you can actually tackle on content, because probably what you're going to be doing if you just started out is getting one shot by most of the events if you're trying to just go in with whatever you got. I explained a bit how the game functions in the last video. Today we're going to look at really getting towards that late game. I'll be explaining teams, how to be free to play, how to build teams, and so on and so forth in another video, but today will be specifically unit based. So here we have Goldo. Now Goldo is one of those free to play units. The entire Ginyu force is probably the best free to play team that you can put together, for the most part anyways. You also have the Broly event going on right now on the global side. It just got released last week, so you can also put together the new Broly along with the Coat, Goku, and Vegeta. And there's also, I believe, a Frieza that you can get from there. But we're going to look at this unit right here just because this is the unit that is featured today. So I'll be able to kind of give you guys a look at him getting built up. So the first thing you're going to do is notice the levels on the bottom of your screen, right? So you have the actual unit's level and you have the super attack level. So this is referred to as the SA level, if ever you hear that in a separate video. The SA level, you want to get that to level 10 obviously. You do that by either using dupes when you're training. So you would go over to your training, and up in the training partners section at the top there with the Z's, you would put in dupes of the unit, and then that would increase your super attack level. Obviously that's good for a number of reasons, but specifically today what we're going to be doing is having a look at how this affects your hidden potential tree. So the hidden potential tree is locked right now because I'm not leveled up. Okay, so that's the first thing we're going to have to do. So let's go back and let's take a look at here. So you got hidden potential on the bottom right here, and you've got your training over here. So we're going to want to train our Ginyu Force guy. So training, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use items. Obviously I'm not going to be playing a ridiculous amount of games or something like that through the story. We're just going to kind of power level through. I've got a bunch of these items here, and we could probably finish it off with something like this. And there's also right now an event which actually gives you bonus experience, so there's a good chance here that just by doing this I'll get to 80. So let's just skip through this, and there it is, super success. I get double DXP, and I can just kind of tap to skip through it, and I get to max level, to level 80, you see on the bottom left there. So now it's asking me if I want to awaken. Let's go to the awakening. You do need these awakening medals, which you can collect from events or just buy them from the Baba shop on the bottom right. You have several different ways to get these. There are rewards. There's literally just infinite number of ways to get these things. So we're going to the awaken here. So what happens is basically this takes your unit to the next level. So when you start off your level 1, then depending where you start, right? So this one started as SSR. We talked about rarity in the last video, but you start as SSR. Now I'm going to be heading over to an awakened version, which is the UR. Now once you hit that, you can now have access to your hidden potential. So let's head over to cancel out of the training. We don't need to level up to level 100 just yet. What we're going to want to do first is focus on the meat of today's video. So remember the whole SA level that I mentioned earlier, right? So we're going to go hidden potential, and we're going to look at our tree. So this is the global look at the tree here. So notice how we have 4 glowing spots. Okay, this means that I have copies of this character which can unlock those routes. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So let's start up here, and one thing that I do want to mention is when you're unlocking these routes, okay? This top leftmost quadrant, let's just say, right? It's separated 1, 2, 3, and 4. When you're at the top here, this is probably the best tree to go down if you don't have SA level 10. Down at the bottom right, if you unlock this area, this is the best tree if you do have SA level 10. So if you're planning on leveling up your super attack level, definitely go down the bottom right. If you are not, or you know that it's going to take a while, go to the top left. Everything else here will just be kind of extra stats afterwards. It's just that you're getting a lot of these little glowing stars, so you can kind of get the key abilities that you need out of these trees here. So we're going to continue unlocking these, so I do have enough of the dupes to unlock everything. So let's drop this, let's go down here, let's unlock this one as well, and we can unlock the last one over here. So now notice that I did not have SA level 10, but I'll give you an idea of what this looks like when you try to go into it. So let's say I want to unlock this ability right here. It would tell me that I can't do that, I need SA level 10. Alright, so that gives you an idea of how to do it. Now, what we're going to be doing is looking at the choices that you'll be making, right? So if you see that I go up here, I need some SA level here, can I get this one? I can. Alright, so when I go to these glowing stars, okay, I'm going to have a choice. Now obviously the colored little orbs around it, that just increases your stats. Very straightforward, no need to explain that, but these can be a bit tricky because every unit actually has something that is worthwhile depending on the type of unit, what the super abilities do, what's available. So here we have either evasion or combo attack. Now evasion essentially makes you completely dodge an attack, including super attacks, which can be very, very good. But this combo attack ends up giving you a chance to perform an extra attack after your initial attack, which can trigger a super attack. So why is this relevant? Well, if we just take a second and go back here to our unit, so let's go back here, this the Guinea Force I'm building right now. It's going to be done this week. Basically every day you get a different unit, so that's what I'm building right now. But we want to look at what he actually does. So the super attack here, if I can just highlight it, there we go, causes extreme damage with a medium chance to stun the enemy. So the more hits you're going to be doing, the more chance to stun the enemy you're going to have. So this is very, very important to keep in mind, right? So if I'm going to choose between, let's say, crit and an extra attack, well then I'm definitely going to want to go for some extra attacks to make sure that I get that stun off. Since Goldo won't be doing much anyways in terms of damage, the harder hitters will be on the rest of the team. So let's go back over, I believe it was this one here. If I can grab it, here we go. So there we go, combo attack, select that. It unlocks it. You do need some orbs, and then you activate it. So the orbs, specifically for free units, usually, well, you'll have to kind of collect the regular orbs, but you won't have to collect the dupes. The dupes will just be drops from the events. Here, Goldo actually has his own hidden potential system. It's kind of the starter team that ends up being the best free-to-play team. It's kind of weird that way, but here we can just kind of go ahead and unlock. Since I have a few of them, and you'll see that it starts off from the middle and branches out over to what I selected, right? Now I can go just individual orbs as well and just go around however I want over to the next slot. So these ones here, notice how there was no glow. It's just a preset stats. So type attack boost level +1. Here you have your super attack level bonus. So that's why you want your super attack to be level 10 plus these bonuses here. You'll get extremely high. So we can go ahead and just unlock as much as we want here. Let's get all our combo attacks and activate. I won't do the whole tree. I'll try to keep this video kind of short, just so that you can kind of learn what you're doing, especially if you're just starting the game. I was kind of more focused on Dragonball Legends, as you know. Picked up Dokkan a bit later on, and what ended up happening is I was kind of lost because I would kind of play this game quick minute, and then I would put it down and go back to Legends. So it took me a while to kind of get to the end game phase of the game, knowing what I was doing, understanding progression. So this is a good kind of starter area of what you're going to want to be looking to do. Now there is a level requirement to get to it, so I believe hidden potential activation will tell us. So you must be rank 50 or higher, so you see it down here, and these little kind of help buttons, how to play. Sometimes it's an I depending on the event. So if we go over to an event, it will have a little I at the top right here, and it actually has a recommendation for the event, right? So it'll tell you how long it lasts, it'll tell you what you're actually going to be getting, what you're going to be doing, the rewards. Especially the Ginyu Force, you get a little recommendation. Now, the recommendation, remember that this is just a game being very standard about it, wanting you to experience everything. That's not necessarily the best way to go. So, for example, here at Goldo, it's recommending the recovery boost. Essentially, that's just a minimal amount of healing that you're getting out of collecting orbs of the same color as your type. Obviously, best way to avoid damage would be to have the enemy stunned as opposed to the bit of healing you're going to be getting. So do take that with a grain of salt. But if you are just starting out, it's kind of a good way to kind of get a feel for how things work. It explains the Zero Awakening and the activation. So that is as complicated or simple, depending on how you look at it, as the hidden potential system goes. There's a lot of questions about that. Once I posted the first video, a lot of people were saying, hey, can you make another video? Can you make another video? Can you explain how we're supposed to progress, because I'm getting one shot by everything? And basically this is how you're going to be doing it. You're going to be leveling up your units. You're going to be looking to unlock the hidden potential using dupes. So obviously this is where free to play versus pay to win kind of comes in. If you are a whale, there are events for you. There are definitely difficult events for the whales out there. And the free-to-play players, obviously you're going to take just a bit longer to collect the dragon stones up there to kind of summon if you're hoarding them up and then saving them for a specific kind of banner, maybe the step up, maybe an increased drop rate, maybe a LR increase rate. Then you can do very well as well if you're being a free-to-play player. There's an abundance of stones, an abundance of content. Remember that this is Dragon Ball Legends' its older brother, so lots and lots and lots for you to kind of go through, even as a free-to-play player. I'm really enjoying this, especially during this kind of hacker central phase in Legends right now, along with the Broly that's basically play Broly or lose. So that being said, guys, 2 questions for you today will be: 1, are you a free-to-play Dokkan player if you play the game? If not, that's fine. And the second question is, what rank are you currently that you have at the top left there? Just to have an idea of where the player base is. Again, if you don't play, then go ahead and let me know down in the comments. But if you do play, I'd like to know how many new people we actually have playing the game. Maybe we'll move on to more advanced stuff if a lot of people have been playing for a while. Because these videos, I'm going to kind of weave them in every once in a while, maybe towards the end of the season with Legends. Just because there's so many hackers, disconnectors, it kind of makes for awkward content if you're middle of a match and then the guy just disconnects to get a free win out of it. So anyways, guys, we're going to move on back to Dragon Ball Legends for the next video. I already have the content set up for you. I just need a little bit more footage to get into it, but I will see you guys tomorrow. See ya.